There is also an opportunity. There is a big opportunity that India can, we have a largest size of the young population in the country. Typically about close to 150 million people are in the age bracket of 18 to 23 years. That means they are the ones who are going to higher education, right? Undergraduate and postgraduate students. And if these students are trained well, they can contribute to the entire world. There is going to be a huge shortage of skilled talent across the world, and India can actually, meet this gap by providing skilled and highly educated, students. For that means we need to improve the quality of our education, align with the global needs, and at the same time make sure that these students develop, leadership skills. They have high quality, learning outcomes in the context of analytical ability and critical thinking. So, this is what I mentioned, that's what our students should do, and for that we teachers, we should ensure that we can't simply teach today what we learned yesterday for tomorrow's citizens for a career that may not even exist even tomorrow. For example, there are certain types of career we say it will come, may be available for our students tomorrow, like in artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning. Even those skills may not be needed for our students couple of decades later. So, what is that our students should do if we don't provide the right education to them? So, for that I request all our teachers to develop inquiry based and research based undergraduate and graduate education programs, provide serious attention to pedagogy to meet this demand. So, and also at the same time please ensure that your aim is also many of your students should become teachers, the next generation innovative teachers, because as the Indian demography demands, there are more and more students are coming to higher education. In fact, right now only 25% of the eligible students are coming to higher education. It will going to increase 1 to 2% every year in the coming decades. So, in that context, the largest job market in the 21st century in India is going to be the job of teachers. And to improve the quality of our education, we need to ensure that our students are better equipped to become good teachers. That means they should have pedagogical skills, innovation in pedagogy, they should have a good communication skills, and both in writing and oral communication. So, one of the objectives in the DNEP, the draft National Education Policy, is institutions and faculty must have the autonomy to innovate on matters of curriculum, pedagogy and assessment. As you can make out, the government is ready to provide you sufficient freedom and opportunity to take up leadership skills, so that you can come out with your own curriculum, because curriculum also is need based and is very localized. What kind of curriculum and pedagogy you need in different regions, in different language speaking regions or geo-economic regions, it will be different. So, for that reason we cannot have one national level curriculum or pedagogy, which was what is being practiced until recently. What the government is trying to do is to completely decentralize this and give and provide the opportunity, rather than saying that transfer the onus. I would say providing an opportunity for the teachers to innovate in curriculum and pedagogy and actually implement it, and also come out with the newer assessment methods rather than the current very routine examination system where learning outcomes of the students are assessed. Curriculum and pedagogy must be designed by institutions and motivated faculty with leadership skills to ensure a stimulating and engaging learning environment for all students, and assessment must be used to further the goals of each program. As I already mentioned, what is so called stimulating engaging learning environment would be different in different parts of the country. What is true for Mumbai or Delhi may not be true for other parts of the world. What is true for Northeast may not be true for the western part of the country. What is true for northern part of the country may not be true for southern part of the country. So, each region has to develop its own learning atmosphere in the campuses, and for which our faculty should take up the leadership role. I am sorry to say this, it is not targeting one or two individual teachers. There have been fantastic excellent teachers in this country. However, at the national level our average is suboptimal. The quality is really wanting. So, the current situation has been that the onus has been on the student to somehow learn and to get a degree. Now, because of this, even we are initiative, other such current initiative like MOOCs are all addressing this particular issue, but unfortunately they are trying to bypass the teachers rather than aiming to improve the quality of our teachers ability to teach. So, what we should do is to make completely teacher independent learning of the student, which is impossible, because finally the learning happens more by interaction, by interrogation, by asking questions, by learning from the wisdom and the experience of the teachers. So, only MOOC kind of courses will not be able to help students to learn how to learn, rather than just learn what is already known, like taking some context, content specific knowledge. Instead, we should provide leadership skills to teachers, that is you and us, to improve quality of our own teaching, and also take training of other teachers, both new and old ones, in your campuses. Again, I am emphasizing this. I don't think it's enough to say one time or two times. It had to be said again and again that the aim of all of our teaching should be to inculcate analytical methods and critical thinking as the main outcome of our education, rather than the content specific learning. It is not about our physics, chemistry or literature or history. It is about how to analyze when they read something, because information is available all the time, everywhere. So, it is important for them to actually analyze the information and extract the truth from that information, and what is valuable, what is usable, what is beneficial for the societal needs. For that is the reason why they need self learning ability, because that is the only way they can actually come out with innovative and sustainable solution to the local problems. As again, the problems of the society, whether it is a problem of poverty, problem of nutrition, problem of food, problem of climate change, environmental degradation, the solution has to come locally from local innovations, while the science behind this can be, or the knowledge related to this can be global, but the solution will have to be local. So, again and again, what the national education policy is providing us is the freedom to enable our teachers to take up this challenge of changing the curriculum and the pedagogy, and organically linking the colleges to universities and other research organizations. Again, I am not going to even talk about what should be the curriculum or pedagogy. That you have to think about it, you have to develop on your own. You should initiate brainstorming on this within your own campuses or between campuses of your neighboring colleges, because whether this people like us or through draft national education policy, we are not going to provide a prescription to the educational problems. Prescription should come from you, the leadership of your colleges and the universities, and by the teachers themselves.